Welcome to the Portraits Whisper, where our guest storytellers are portraits, paintings, and artworks. Here, every canvas breathes and every brushstroke hides a story waiting to be told. Tonight's whisper is from our guest, Abbey im OAKWOOD, Abbey in the OAKWOOD, an oil painting on canvas created by the German artist Caspar David Friedrich in 1809, depicting a solemn funeral procession of monks among the ruins of a Gothic abbey surrounded by oak trees in the winter. I am Caspar's canvas. I hold many stories. Within me the ruined abbey remembers what the living forget, its stones keeping vigil over every coffin carried into the fog. My stones remember the light. I was not always a skeletal silhouette against a spectral sky. I was a body of prayer, a song of mortar and devotion. In my youth, the stained glass of my great window was a kaleidoscope of the divine, catching the morning sun and staining my flagstones with jewel-toned radiance. I was filled with the murmur of monks, the scent of wax and old parchment, and the cold comfort of God's grace. But time is a creeping, quiet thing. I saw my brothers, the monks, dwindle in number. Their vows, once strong as my foundation, became whisper-thin echoes in my halls. The world outside, a world of shifting allegiances and fleeting loyalties, paid them no mind. They buried their last brethren in my shadows, their procession a line of black fading into the mists that now cling to my feet. The first true pain came with the sacking. A brutal, human kind of carelessness. Soldiers came, not to worship, but to plunder me. They tore the lead from my roof, the glass from my eyes, letting the wind and rain weep through my broken body. I felt the shift, the uncoupling from the sacred. What was once a home for God became an empty husk for the elements. I learned a new name then, ruin. Now my bones stand in silent witness to the seasons. The oaks that were once my partners in prayer, young saplings stretching towards my bell tower, are now ancient and gnarled, their branches like twisted, sorrowful arms reaching for a sky they can never touch. They are the patient watchmen of the earth, a constant that reminds me of my own impermanence. I envy their simple, rooted existence. I am a memory, a vessel of stories I can no longer tell. Sometimes, when the moon is a crescent sliver in the vast, misty heavens, they return. The monks, their forms as indistinct as the fog, drift through my archway. They carry a candle that casts no real light, and their faces are hollow with the passage of centuries. They do not mourn, nor do they pray. They simply walk, a procession without a beginning or an end, burying a coffin I know is empty. They are my ghosts, the persistent memory of what I once was, and I, the Abbey, and the greatest ghost of all. I feel the snow fall on my floorless sanctuary. I feel the cold light of the moon on my broken lancet window. My voice is the wind that sighs through my cracks, a long and lonely sound. I am the silence, the contemplation, the melancholy that descends upon the oak wood. The last breath of a forgotten faith, waiting for a dawn that never comes. You have been listening to The Portraits Whisper on Storylink Radio, where every canvas has a story to tell. Be sure to subscribe and listen for our next guest, for the gallery never sleeps, and another canvas is already waiting to whisper.